Something I've never really talked about in the clinic before was auto accidents, until I realized this weekend when I was in a little fender bender of how much pain and anguish can affect an individual's potential. I was just in about a 15-mile-an-hour fender bender. I was hit from behind, and immediately I didn't feel any pain as a result of that accident, but a few hours after that I got some tightness and some muscle spasms right at the base of my skull on the left side. A few hours after that I got a pretty bad headache. I went to bed, I woke up the next morning, I literally couldn't move my head to the left. My entire left side of my neck was locked up, moved down into my shoulder, and I wasn't able to do the things I needed to do in the clinic. We had to have our staff really fill in some gaps for me. I didn't get to the gym for an entire week as a result of that. I didn't sleep well, I couldn't play with my kids. That little fender bender really negatively affected my potential. As kind of a geek myself and always needing to understand what was happening to my body, I started looking into some research of what happens to the spine as a result of a car accident. What I found was pretty interesting, that when you're struck from behind, it only takes 2.5 miles an hour of force into that rear bumper to actually elicit damage in the neck and the cervical part of the spine. Dent actually happens around 15 miles an hour. Now I've got a dent in the back of my bumper, which means that I had 6 times the amount of force through my body at 15 miles an hour and through my neck in order to elicit damage. So when you're struck from behind, looking at the spine from the side for a whiplash injury, what's going to happen is your head's going to go backwards and then forwards. And then it gets stuck in this position and it damages the muscles and the ligaments which are attaching to the vertebra through here. As that head comes forward, it puts pressure, increased pressure on the discs and can cause a disc herniation right through here. It slams the facet joints, these joints right through here in your neck together. That can lead to stress fractures and it can cause them to misplace, putting pressure on a nerve, a pinched nerve, the layman's term, or a subluxation in chiropractic. The longer that these problems are here, the longer that damage stays in the spine and the more intense that a whiplash injury can become in an individual's life. So if you saw the news the other day, you saw that Pittsburgh was ranked as the worst drivers in the entire country. So if you've been in a car accident, you've been struck by one of these drivers, this is a small one at 2.5 miles an hour. That's enough to cause damage to your spine, to change your x-ray, cause pain and anguish, but really most importantly to minimize your potential. If you know us, you know where our heart's at. Our heart is to help make Pittsburgh the healthiest city on the face of the planet, and we know that this is a huge step in the right direction. Be sure to get your spine checked today.